I'm going to pull plants into this body, mind, spirit picture today and the importance of staying connected with nature. Through really no fault of our own, we've kind of been led to disconnect from this oneness or this connection to plants and nature and how it relates to our wholeness and our wellness. We experience our environment through our senses and our electromagnetic field, and with our heart being the primary organ of this perception. So we're in the heart, we're in our feeling sense. And we get hints of that from a lot of these different heart sayings. I know you can name a few of them. One is like a big heart or a heart of gold. You're kind and loving. By heart, it's from your heart memory. Faint of heart, you lack courage. Find it in your heart. You feel compassion or the courage to do whatever needs to be done. You follow one's heart. You do what one loves, not the expected of you. Heavy heart, you feel sadness. You lose heart, you're discouraged. From the heart, it's sincerity. And I'm sure there's many others that you can think of. I found over 70 examples. So our electromagnetic fields get scrambled by disruptive, incoherent waves around us, and everything has a frequency. So what are some examples? Cell phones, TV, power lines, house wiring, chemicals from perfumes to exhaust fumes, cleaning products, chemicals sprayed on many of the things we consume. And there are many, many others. Those are some of the obvious ones. And the more scrambled we become, the less grounded, the more chaotic our lives and our health becomes. So what helps? Become aware of this symbiotic relationship with plants and humans. Plants' byproduct of photosynthesis is oxygen, and we need that to live. Our byproduct of respiration is carbon dioxide, which plants need to live. Cool, huh? And actually, they put CO2 generators in greenhouses to produce better plants. I'll let you think a little bit, think that one through. They create CO2 to create better plants. Got it? I have a botany background, and I just have always found it interesting that chlorophyll and hemoglobin are so much the same. It's the same massive big molecule, and at the very center for hemoglobin for our blood, there is iron, one molecule of iron, and for plants, there's one molecule of magnesium. Otherwise, it's basically the same molecule. So chlorophyll and hemoglobin, they're very, very similar. In World War I, they used coconut water as a substitute for blood plasma in transfusions. And there's talk now of using chlorophyll to sub for the hemoglobin in blood transfusions. I think people drink it. I'm not sure exactly. So in plants, chlorophyll converts carbon dioxide to produce oxygen. We breathe the oxygen that the plants produce. Hemoglobin takes the oxygen we breathe and distributes it around our body. Blood also carries qi, which is our life force energy. The Chinese said you can't separate the blood from the qi. You can't separate that energy out of the blood. So blood carries oxygen and this life force energy. Then we convert oxygen to CO2. Now it's the plant's turn again. That's a symbiotic relationship. I have an interesting book here, Plant Spirit Healing. It's a guide to working with plant consciousness by Pam Montgomery. It has a lot of interesting tidbits in it. And the first thing you notice about plants is color. Color also has a frequency. Color is visible light in a narrow band of electromagnetic spectrum ranging from red to violet. So that's Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So red is the longest and has the lowest frequency, and violet is the shortest with the highest frequency. And green's in the middle. It's a balancing point. In color therapy, the frequencies of colors have specific effects on physiology. Then meridians in the body, that's our electrical wiring, that can transmit light. And certain colors bring a disrupted life force back into balance. And it's one tool that can help rebalance wiring that's gone a little haywire. Warm colors of red, orange, and yellow add energy and they stimulate. Cool colors of green, blue, and violet, they sedate or calm an overheated condition or too much energy, as we call it, heat, too much heat. And all living cells have biophotons or light waves that they emit. These bits of light can become coherent, or think of it as organized, or have an even pattern. That's what coherent means. This light carries intelligence and is on some level a form of communication. A red flower on a plant has biophotons that resonate in that red frequency. Peter Mandel was a German acupuncturist, and he showed colored light restores balance to the life force, directly affecting the coherence of photons. Also, color from plants can have a direct effect on light in our cells when we're around them. So the most obvious example would be green. That's the frequency of much of the plant world, right? Look behind me. It's about vibration or growth, abundance, and vitality. And green's in the middle of the Roy G. Biv, and it's at a balancing point. So Roy, you got your green, and then Biv, blue, indigo, violet. And heart is a balancing point between the upper and lower chakras and energy centers. It's right in the middle. Green is the color of the heart chakra, where love and compassion reside, and where the circulation of blood and oxygen through the body can be felt. Remember, you can't separate the blood from the chi. So that blood carries oxygen and life force energy. The heart is the ruler of all the systems, including the circulatory system, the heart, the breast, the lungs, and overall nourishment. Now, plants can help assist. They help us come into balance with our true nature, back to homeostasis or center. This balance allows the heart to work coherently with the brain and the body. Creativity can flourish, communication flows, and a healing takes place. So if you think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, healing is just a rebalancing or retuning of this electromagnetic field. I offer Solex AO scans that can assist with your rebalancing. And the contact information for my website is on the thumbnail at the beginning of the video. And this interconnectedness to color, light, frequency, and our awareness of this oneness, it just helps us care for all three, our body, mind, spirit.